Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on our powerful call. We call the Power of Six. This is where we get together once a week to share ideas, to learn from each other, to encourage each other. And the people that are on this call are really focused and motivated to be successful in LifeWave. Now, my name is Verdita Monk. I'm your team leader in LifeWave, and I am very excited to be able to get with you tonight. We have an amazing subject that I know is going to bless all of you. And as we go through this call tonight, please take copious notes. It is recorded, but please take copious notes because it helps you remember and understand it better. So as you probably already have seen, the name of the call, the title for tonight's call is How to Create Unstoppable Momentum. And I want you to think about this. Have you ever watched a team just take off so fast that before you could even figure out what they were doing, they were already winning? So tonight, I want to show you how that actually happens. I'm going to show you how to create unstoppable momentum on purpose and not by accident. So as we go through this PowerPoint, put yourself in this situation and just believe that this can, last week we talked about belief, and if I can get my screen to move, we talked about belief. And if you have belief, that's one of the first things it's going to require you to have is belief in our company. We have the GOATs, you guys. We've got the GOATs. When I say the GOATs, GOAT stands for greatest of all time. If you think about it, we've got the greatest company out there. As you know, we've received the Bravo Award, I think 2 or 3 years in a row. We've also received the Breakthrough Award for our product X39. That's because we've got the greatest product of all time. We've got the greatest CEO and inventor, David Schmidt. It doesn't get any better than him. We've got the top leaders in network marketing, Steve and Gina Merritt, leading our team. They go all out for us, you guys. We've got the greatest compensation plan, even though you may not be making the kind of money you want to make. We're going to talk about that tonight, but it's there. It's there, and I've proven it is there. When you look at the compensation plan, it's just a matter of the fact that, as you can see right here on the screen, in order to maximize your earnings in this company, you've got to develop directors. You not only do you need to be a director, but you got to develop directors, because directors are who you're getting your matching bonuses on, you guys, okay? So please adhere to this information. Okay, now what have I done? I tell you, let me get back to my slide. Okay, so I want to remind you of this, because this is the chart in our compensation plan that tells you what is required to get to certain ranks. And the one I want you to focus on is 1-star director and 1-star executive. So and this is just a chart and tells you how to get to all the ranks, but let me break this down. So the requirements to get to 1-star director is 110 personal volume. Now, for purposes of what, the way we train is to get 2 sleeves every month. That's 2 sleeves of X39, but they say, according to the comp plan, you must have at least 110. 2 sleeves of X39 is 154 points. And your whole team volume must be 5,000 in order to be a 1-star director. Half of your volume, no more than 50% of your volume cannot come from a maximum of 2,500, or 50% of the volume required for you to get to 1-star director can come from one leg. If they have 2,700 points, you can only count 2,500 points from that leg. You must have 2 legs, at least 1,000 points. Remember, we're trying to develop directors, so at least 2,000 legs at 1,000 points. And then all the other legs that are out there, legs meaning a leg of business. Whoever you enroll, that person represents a line of business. And so all of your other volume has to come from at least 1,000 points from all your other legs. And then you must have at least binary balancing. You must at least have 1,000 points on one leg and 1,000 of the other. In other words, if your total volume is 5,000, you can't have 4,500 from one leg and be a director. You must have at least 1,000 on both legs. Next one, the one-star executive, because this is what we're focusing on tonight. I just want you to understand. In the compensation plan, it begins to tell you that when you get to one-star director, you can't just have 154 points. You have to have 200. Now, we want you to embrace the idea of gathering customers. So you can have 200 points worth of customers, but you can't maximize your personal volume qualification by just having 200 points that you purchase from the company. It's got to be no more than 200 from your personal volume. It's got to come from somewhere else. Now, 40,000 points get you to one-star executive, no more than 20,000 from one leg. You must have two legs at 6,000, and then all your other volume needs to be at least 6,000 and at least 6,000 points on each side of the binary. In other words, we don't want you to just rely on one leg to generate all your volume. This is the power of 6. Now, I want to break this down because I want to show you, we've talked about this about 3 weeks in a row, how if you just focus on getting some customers yourself, and we talked about getting 10 customers. If you're getting 2 sleeves of X39 and you're getting 2 customers, that's going to be 924 points. If you teach 6 people to do the same, that's 5,544 points just for them, not even including your volume, okay? And then if they duplicate and they each get 6 partners do the same, that's 33,000 something points. If you add all this together, plus the 924 that you personally have, you're at over 40,000 points, which is your one-star executive, okay? So I just wanted to remind you, some of you may not have been on the call the last couple of weeks, but I want to remind you of how simple it's going to be for you to get to one-star executive. So now let's look at this. And then also, remember I talked about the greatest of all times when it comes to the compensation plan. Look at the kind of money that you're going to be making once you keep duplicating what I'm about to share with you now, how you're going to keep duplicating this, and you will one day be maxing out that binary at 25,000 a week. And the people that you personally enroll are going to be maxing it out. The people on your second level are going to be maxing it out. And the people on your third level are going to be maxing out. In other words, you're looking at $1 million a week just on the first 3 levels. And then and it's just ridiculous, the kind of money that's in this compensation plan. So you guys, how are we going to get there? How are you going to get there? It's very, very simple. Okay, my slide still stabbing. Okay, so what we want you to do is establish a target of engaging 1 or more conversations a day. Yes, I know the pro strategy says talk to 5 people a day. Yeah, a lot of people do talk. I talk to people, at least 5 people a day, but it's not necessarily about the business. Everywhere you go, if you don't say nothing to anybody, that means you're just not an outgoing person. Bottom line, you have got to learn to engage in conversations. If you engage in conversations, some kind of way, you're going to turn that conversation into like, how's your family? What do you do, for a living, some kind of way. So how are you going to establish a target of engaging? When I say target, your target is at least 1 conversation a day. So when you first get started, we want you to make a list. That's why we say make a list of everybody you know. Let's say your goal is to make a list of 100 people. So you want to continue to refer to your list or people that you meet. If you refer to the list that you have, there is no reason you should not be able to have at least 1 conversation a day. Just think about this. Just your family alone, most people got at least 40, 50 people in their family, but not saying that you are real close to all of them, but you still should be able to go to your list of family members and friends and be able to talk to, see, I'm saying 1 per day because there is no excuse now, to say 5 conversations a day. That is, everybody may not do that. Excuse me. But everybody can have at least 1 conversation a day. So you got to call people up and start a conversation, okay? If necessary. Once, like me and Harvey, we've been in this thing for 3 years. I still find people in my phone or some kind of way, some kind of conversations just out of the clear blue sky. I can call them without leaving my house. But many times I leave the house just to say, who can I meet today? I'll go to the grocery store, I go to the post office, I go to Home Goods, one of my favorite stores, and be standing in the line. You know, when you're checking out at Home Goods, you always got to be starting a conversation. And I might be real intentional to make sure I stand behind somebody that I might enjoy having a conversation with. You got to be intentional, you guys. So always have your patches with you. Always. You never know what's going to happen. Now, so that's your target. Your target should be one or more conversations a day. If you feel like you can do one or more conversations a day, put uh, a one in the chat. Okay, put a one in the chat if you think you can at least have one conversation a day. Okay. Now, establish a target of exposing your prospects to a presentation of at least one per day. See, as you start talking to people, then your goal is to tell them, you know, especially once you tell them a little bit about the patch and let them know, you know, that you know, whatever you say to them to get them engaged, refer them to a call. But if you're brand new, this is this, oh my God, it's so simple. All you got to do is set up a launch call with your sponsor if you're brand new. And those people that you're talking to, remember, these are people that you care about. If you don't care about nobody, it's going to be real hard. But if you care and love people, you should not have a problem getting guests to your launch calls. And you want to keep having these calls. We say 3 at least, but I would say in order to exhaust the list that you have, everybody's not going to show up on your call. And if they don't show up, come back and invite them again. You should at least have at least 5 launch calls if you're brand new. So you want to keep having those calls until you exhaust your list. You know, some people say, well, I don't have anybody to talk to. You know why? Because you're not, what you want to do is once you have that launch call, you want to take the people that you invite. It's about duplicating, y'all. It's not just you. It's not just about you continuing to enroll people. It's about you helping those people that you have brought on board now help them go through their list. So in between launch calls, we have calls every night. So this is why I say establish a target. Your target is to invite your prospects to at least one call per presentation a day. Even if it's one guest, you shouldn't run out. You should not run out. If you've invited people to your launch calls, or if you're talking to people the other day, you should not run out of people. Now, I'm not saying it has to be every single day of the week, but at least Monday through Friday, because the other Saturday and Sunday, maybe somebody else is having a launch call, maybe you having a launch call. But if you plug yourself, go to digital, I'm saying this for the new people, because everybody else on this call should already know this. If you're brand new, if you've not gone to digitalalliance101.com to register, if you go to that site and go to the bottom, it says stay plugged in, click on that, put your phone number in there. I can't remember if it's a name and phone number, but definitely your phone number. And what's going to happen is every night that we have a call, whether it's hosted by Steve and Gina, our Uplines team, or our Digital Alliance team, you're going to be notified at least an hour before that call so that you don't forget. There is no reason why you should not be able to, and even if you don't have a guest, get on there anyway until you raise your belief level and until you feel comfortable doing it as well. Now, by the way, let me back up. Along the way, collect testimonies. On digitalalliance101.com, if you click on testimonials, you're going to see all kinds of testimonies. Remember those testimonies. See, testimonies are easy to remember, but this is why you have to be plugged in, because you hear them, but get something that resonates with you. You know, something that one testimony resonates with me. I see the name Don Craddock popping up on my screen, and his wife, Lisa, has one of the most powerful testimonies because she had a migraine headache for over 25 years, and the doctors did everything they could to eliminate this headache and was not able to do it. But with this it really wasn't the X39, which was the first patch she used. It was the Ice Wave, but that's okay. I just share that. I don't say that when I'm sharing a testimony. I say our patches or something like that. And but I do know that she started wearing the X39 after that. That's the patch. That's her go-to patch because the migraine is gone, she says. Now, anyway, so set aside 1 hour a day to follow up with these prospects. See, if you eat dinner and you come in and let's say you finish up your dinner by 7 o'clock or whatever time, I don't know but you don't want to call people too late, like 9 o'clock. I tried to call somebody last night at 9:15 and they're on the team and they said they already in bed because they get up at 3 in the morning. So don't call people so late that they're get irritated. So set yourself aside some time to designate following up and coordinate this with when you're brand new, you want to coordinate this time with your coach so that you be able to answer people's questions. So let's say you had a launch call tonight, and I always tell people at the end of the call, let's say that person's name is Linda. Linda is going to be following up with you tomorrow, before 7 o'clock or something like that. Or if she can text you right now and you tell her what time is good. So therefore, if I'm Linda's coach and Linda says, and she's brand new and she says, I'm going to be following up with my people between 7 and 8. I want to try to make myself available, not saying I'm on the call with her the whole time, but I want to make myself available. And also I may be on the call when she first calls them because I want her to learn, what to say when people say different things about the product or they say something about the call or whatever. She's learning by listening to me. So you got to be right there to help your people. See, this is not just about you. Okay. So listen to this. This is the part that's really, really exciting. Based on an average closure rate of 3 out of 10, do you believe that most people that you talk to, if you're thorough in your conversation, that out of 10 people, you at least either enroll a customer or you can enroll a business partner? 3 out of 10 exposures. This activity should generate a minimum of 10 enrollments a month. See, we don't care if they're a customer. We don't care if they're a business partner. It still generates volume. That's what you're looking at. So if the minimum enrollment, if it's a customer, is going to be 77, you should generate a minimum of 770 points every month, not just your first month. And then guess what? What's going to happen when you duplicate? Can you just imagine what's going to happen when you start duplicating and everybody under you? This is why the power of 6, when you start duplicating, it's just going to go wow. It's like going to be amazing. Everybody is getting their 10 customers and your team is going to explode just like it shows you in the power of 6. So duplicate this process throughout your team by training them when they enroll to establish this habit. What's the habit? Talk to one person a day, take your list out, establish at least 3 launch calls with your sponsor. When you get off those calls, you follow up. That's just like we say, it's very simple. And you should be able to get 3 out of 10 to sign up some kind of way. And this is going to create momentum, you guys. And then, because once you enroll, especially the business partners, you want to take them and help them make the list and help them do their launch calls and help them call people from their list. Do you see this? This is so simple. Now, because I know we got some winners on this call. So y'all, we can do this. We can do this. We want to win. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to utilize, we went over this before, but I'm going to read it again. You're going to utilize the PRO strategy to attract your customers and BPs. I'm being specific. Do your launch calls, take your list and do your launch calls and keep adding to your list. This is going to require inventory because you want to increase your personal order to 2 sleeves a month in order to sample prospects. If you're single, you definitely need at least 1 extra sleeve. So there's no excuse. Every single person on this call ought to have 2 sleeves. Identify the partners in your organization who are motivated to make money. I've been calling people. I don't even know if they're on the call right now. I've been reaching out to people that are several levels below me because I'm trying to find out who's in it, who's motivated. I may have to skip 2 or 3 levels to find somebody who's motivated. I don't want to speak to the people who are not motivated. For what? because they don't want to do it. They've already demonstrated they don't want to do it. So your income is going to be based on how many partners are duplicating. So per this model, continue to search and build until you have six partners. Six partners, they need to be in six separate legs. And I want you to decide to walk across the stage at Unstoppable Convention at a rank no less than one-star executive. Everybody's not going to get there because new people are joining all the time, but you will eventually get there. You guys, the way we're going to make some noise is to see people walk. When people start seeing us walk across the stage as one-star executive, they're going to know something going on with the Robinson team. Okay. And so guess what's going to happen along the way? As a director, you're going to get that $500 breakthrough bonus. As a one-star executive, you're going to get that $5,000 breakthrough bonus. So in order to go to Unstoppable, guess what you got to do? You need to register now. You need to register now for the convention. If you intend to be there, go to thisisitconvention.com and go to something. Now, I don't know exactly where it is on there, but you can register for that. Now, I want to revisit the promotion that's in place. There's a director developer demotion, the promotion. Remember, the whole purpose of this call, I've said from the beginning, is you need directors in order to get matching bonuses in the mentorship program. So the first week that you hit the bonus, you're going to get a breakthrough bonus of $250. And then if you are the first generation director, if you're a director, let's say the person above them is not a director, but you are above that person, you're the one that's going to get the matching bonus. And then once once they maintain the volume for one-star director, 5 weeks, it doesn't have to be consecutive, but at least 5 weeks, then they're going to get the balance of the $250. Now look at this date. It says May the 10th, but April the 12th is the last week that you can hit director and still get the bonus, the remainder of the bonus, because there's 5 weeks from April the 12th to May the 10th. That's April the 12th is the last week. So that's only 3 weeks from now. I've been working with some people doing launch calls, trying to help them get to director this week, because you don't want to wait to that last week. And then lo and behold, if 1 week you're some points short, and then you don't get the balance of the bonus. So I'm telling you, I know that me and Harvey, we're talking to people on the team, finding out who want to be director, and just doing launch calls. So it's been extended to May the 10th, and that's what I just told you. So I want to take time for a moment. I want to recognize some people that are really working hard. And this, every week is different people, but I want to start showing the faces so y'all can know who these people are. I want to congratulate Freddie Andrews for hitting 2-star manager. Yay, Freddie. Okay, Mary Cofield. Matter of fact, I met one of her guests in Greensboro, North Carolina this past week. Mary Cofield just hit, that's not start, 3-star manager. Mary Cofield, she's got so much momentum, you guys. And then Joseph and Dr. Janice Tapper, they are 1-star directors. And last but not least, all of these people on the team with Wendell and Renee Tomlin out of Richmond, Virginia. They just hit 2-star director. Congratulations, Wendell and Renee. Y'all know his testimony. Now, my sister Juanita Crab, you may have seen her in the chat as well as on the Facebook page. A couple of weeks ago, she hit 1-star executive. I want to congratulate Juanita again. And also on her team are Lee Malloy, who is a 1-star director. Don't have his picture, couldn't get it. And then Susie Falls, who is a 2-star manager. I want to congratulate all these people. And then as we finish this, if anybody else has someone that I missed, we want to start recognizing all the new promotions every week. This is the team. This is the tour. And as all the cities that Steve and Gina are going to be touring, I see they recently added Houston, Texas, June 20th. But look at these places and see if you know people on your team, not guests, because unless you're going to pay for them, it's $25. Everybody has to pay, but it's a training from 12 to 5. And they've scheduled it so you have enough time where you don't necessarily have to spend a whole night there. You could, if you can drive to that city, it doesn't start to 12 and then you still have time to leave home. But I know that Jewel Strother is in Kansas City. Jewel, you may have some people in St. Louis. We've got team members. I spoke to Marilyn Brooks. She said she was going to be going to the one in Dallas. When they have Houston, we've got Monique and her team, Monique Dotson and her team there. What else we got? But either way, and I know Jeffrey's on here, he's got team members up in Ohio. And of course, in Atlanta, we're going to be hosting the one in Atlanta on the 25th. So here's the flyer. Please go to This Is It Team, go to the menu button, click on events, and go to this flyer right here. It's $25 in advance and $35 at the door, but I do not think there are going to be any tickets left by the time this event's because it's only 200 seats in this event. And Steve and Gina are really, really promoting this. We want our team to be there. You guys go to thisisiteam.com, click on events. If you live in Atlanta or Alabama or anywhere near, please be at that event. And so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to stop the call. If any of you, if I missed any people that have gotten promoted or if you have any team members that have gotten promoted, let me do this. Let me go ahead and make you, I'm gonna allow you to unmute yourself if you want to come on and acknowledge anyone, or if you want to make any comments about tonight, because I want to know who is ready to rock and roll and get to one-star executive. If you want to do it, it's so doable, and we're going to help you get there.
This is Jeff.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Wow, wow, what a night. What a night. What a presentation tonight. I'm so excited I could hardly restrain myself. I got your text message and I really appreciate the fact that you wanted to share some promotions. I've got a gentleman that's really close to hitting one-star director. He's currently a three-star manager. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
He goes by the name of Mr. Keith Henderson, and he's out of Ohio as well. This brother's been working hard. He's right now taking care of his wife, who suffered a fall, and
Oh.
he has not attended any of our events, but he stays plugged in, and I really have to recognize this brother for being so consistent. And even from his home, he's building his business and earned the rank of a three-star manager. Very close to one-star director right now. So I want to recognize him, and I also like to recognize another gentleman by the name of Wilfred Muhammad, who hit two-star director in just a few days. This guy put his head down and went to work. He's working on his three-star manager promotion right now. So those two
Uh-huh.
people I just wanted to kind of shine the light on for a moment.
All right, congratulations, you guys. And every step is encouraging. And what you want to do is have your team do exactly what you just did. Thank you, Jeffrey, for sharing that information. Anybody else want to share anything, any comments, any questions? Feel free to ask any questions. All right. Well,
Hi,
listen.
hey,
Okay.
hi, Verdita. Can you hear me?
Hey, Nisha. Hey,
Hey,
girly.
hey, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
Awesome. Well, listen, I
Am
just
I
want to
fixing it where
say,
you can share? Let me share. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me fix it where you can share your picture. I'm sorry. Sorry,
oh,
Jeffrey. You want to share your video?
um, okay, I can. Hi.
Hey.
Okay. First of all, I just want to say I'm attending a lot of your Wednesday nights, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this wonderful team. You just doing an amazing job, Verdita.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just so grateful for your leadership. I'm so grateful for your heart and really wanted to see us all win. And it just speaks volumes of you. And I'm just so grateful. I just wanted to give a shout out. One of my teammates she's normally on here, but she works crazy hours. But Marilyn Norman, she hit manager, a 2-star manager, early part of the month. And this woman, I'm telling you, she's been through it. She had a lot going on, a lot of deaths in the family last year. And, she was kind of down a little bit, for the count, but then she came back swinging. And
Uh-huh.
so she's just so excited and just really a fighter. So I just want to lift her up, and I got some other people that are coming along the way as well. But I just want to lift her up because she, when you say people say you're lifing, things be happening, but
Hmm.
to overcome all of those things, it's a true testament of the strength and the just the perseverance of people that are willing to fight and really to not allow their circumstances to hold them back, even though it might slow them down, but it's not holding them back, and they just keep fighting. So thank you so much again for all that you do and how you pour out to all of us. I'm so grateful.
Well, thank you, Nisha. And I know you're going to be walking across that stage, girl, because I know y'all just had a nice party at your house and just keep it up. Keep it up.
Yes, yes, that my husband, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. You talk about prayer. I've been doing this for over 3 years, and my husband didn't really come on board until literally like last October after the Lifeway conference, and he was blown away. That put a spark in him, and he actually did our first presentation, in-home presentation, about a week ago, a little over a week ago, and we got some people signed up and people signing up. So it's just been incredible. So prayer works. Keep praying and
And
keep
yep.
persevering.
All right. And then just go ahead and duplicate for those people who want to do the business. Go ahead and duplicate. Have them do their party or have them do their launch call. It's all about duplication. Thank you so
As,
much.
exactly. Thank you.
I see Alan on the call. I got to see Alan, who just hit director a couple weeks ago. In Greensboro, we had a great meeting there. Congratulations, Alan. Who else I see on the call? Feel free to unmute yourself. And I see you. I saw your chat text, Don. Good to, Don and Lisa. Don is Lisa's husband. I talked about Lisa with the migraine, and they are, leaders in the church and all that, and they are really holding on to Bishop Jackson's coattail. And I expect some great things out of you. I see Emerson. Thank you, Emerson, for your leadership because you're going through some struggles yourself, but I appreciate all you do for the team. You help so many people. I saw Miss Gertrude Elder. So good to meet you, Gertrude, in Charlotte. Let me see who else is on here. Anyway, I want to thank all of you for jumping on this call. Anybody else got something they want to share before we end this call?
Bernita, real quick, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Listen, I just want to promote our in-person event this Saturday at the Hampton Inn on Jimmy Carter and 85, right next door to Papados. We're going to get started at 11 o'clock sharp. We got some serious training to put down. The presentation starts at 11 o'clock. And Verdita, you just lit this up for the week. I'll tell you that now. So I appreciate you and Harvey in every way. So thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your heart to help, and we just so blessed to have you.
Well, thank you, Jeffrey, for your leadership and being so consistent with those meetings. I wish I could make it this weekend. I got three commitments. Believe it or not, Harvey and I are hosting the Stephen Gina's training at 1 o'clock. We're babysitting for my daughter for the weekend, so Harvey's got to take one of the grandsons to the t-ball game, and I got to go do a home party. It starts at 3. So you can see my whole Saturday is
Hey,
gone.
we'll figure it out.
I know, but
If we can, you know,
I want to support the Atlanta meeting. You guys, y'all
absolutely,
know they do
absolutely,
a great job. Look at the Hampton
yeah.
Inn on Jimmy Carter Boulevard, right next to Papados. Show
18th of
up,
May.
you guys.
Look,
Pardon me?
see, check your schedule for the 18th of May and let's talk about it. Oh, I'm
May the
sorry,
8th.
April 11th.
Okay, I
Yeah,
will. Okay, thanks a lot. Thank you all for joining tonight. This call is recorded. We'll get it to you. Have a good one.